we've spent a lot of time here in D.C. obviously getting ready for Jayden Daniels' rookie season, and there's flirtation with Brandon Aiyuk. At least talk that maybe Washington would be a team because of their relationship. It looks like Washington's dropped out of any potential trade. You've talked to Brandon Aiyuk. What is his mentality right now? What do you expect? What are you seeing happening?
Well, he just want to be respected. He want to feel respected, and he wants to get, market dollar for the work that he put in over the last few years with the San Francisco 49ers. And I think that's fair for every player to come into the league, develop into an all-pro, consistently knock on the door of the Super Bowl, make big plays for a team who really doesn't have a huge downfield threat and presence. So right now I hear the Pittsburgh Steelers. We heard Washington. We heard a few other teams. But truthfully, I really feel like it's a negotiation tactic for the 49ers. They understand how vital Brandon Aiyuk is to their success. And when you look at the receivers and how they haven't been able to separate consistently in practice, I'm thinking that they're starting to feel more and more eager to get him signed and get him back out there with the first game quickly knocking on the door.
What's his attitude been like? Like, I think he's been at practice, right? He's just like holding in or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
How is he, like, mentally? Has he been, like, cheering on the guys, or has he just been kind of quiet off to his own? What's he been like?
Oh, he's been a little quiet off to the side. I don't know if they give him much leeway to actually be around the guys while they're out there practicing. But the few times that I saw him and stood next to him while the team was doing team drills, he was still mentally in tune. He was calling out plays. He was calling out adjustments. So I don't know if the 49ers would actually have him in the meeting rooms, on the practice field at this point if they weren't seriously considered on re-signing him back to the roster. So, yeah, I know everybody out there understands how good of a receiver and wide receiver, top 5 talent in the National Football League, in my opinion, Brandon Aiyuk is. I don't know if the 49ers are just going to just give him away, or if, the other side doesn't really accommodate what the 49ers expect them to accommodate with a trade. So, yeah, he's been in tune. He's been in shape. He's been working out with, the strength team, and, it's just about time to get him on the field, to get him acclimated to the quick bursts, right, the twist and the torques that happen when you get out there and play real football. So I know there was a lot of organizations out there excited about Brandon Aiyuk, but I think he's going to be standing in San Francisco.
Right.
Well, so the Niners have that deal, the offer on the table for him, and then they also made, according to reports, you might know more than me, but they also have a deal in place for the trade for Pittsburgh. So it's kind of up to Brandon, right? I mean, he's got to decide on the current offer or the trade.
But I don't know if the Pittsburgh Steelers want to include George Pickens. That's really what I'm hearing.
Oh,
they don't want to include George Pickens in the deal.
Oh.
Everything else is pretty much, solidified. So I don't know if that's going to happen. And the way that Brandon Aiyuk has been in the building, the way that he's been around the team, the way that he embraces Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch on the daily, it would just feel unnatural for them to trade him at this point.
Yeah.
And, you have to commend Brandon Aiyuk. Think about how many guys that get a chance to sit at home and hide while their contract is being negotiated by their agent and general manager. It's very difficult to be in the building, to constantly be getting people talking to you and trying to persuade you to take a deal, and then go home and go to your hotel room and your agent telling you to stay strong. So it's very tough for a young player who's going through his first contract negotiation, really, and, he stays strong. So hopefully he gets what he deserves soon so he can get out there and do what he does best, and that's play wide receiver in the NFL.
So here everybody was dreaming of a Jayden, Brandon Aiyuk connection. It's not going to happen. What do you see in Jayden Daniels so far? What do you expect?
I see a real pro. I see somebody that loves the game. I see somebody who understands what a pro-style offense and decision-making is. A lot of the college quarterbacks, they struggle in the NFL, and, we can talk about Justin Fields, or we can go down the line. It's because most of the game in the NFL is controlled from the sideline, right? They have to minimize the risk of the quarterback and players making mistakes, losing games, And you know how vital each win is in college football, so they have to control it as much as possible. In the NFL, when that headset snaps off at, 15 seconds, every decision is up to the quarterback. From where you line, what plays you can, what plays you run opposite, who do you motion, who do you shift, who do you throw it to versus certain blitzes and coverages and zones. It's all up to the quarterback, which is why they get premium dollar in the NFL. So a lot of the quarterbacks that can't operate in these type of pro systems, you can blame it on the NCAA and college football because those coaches are minimizing the risk and controlling everything from the sideline. So from going forward, organizations in the NFL, I would only look at quarterbacks pretty much that are, just freakishly athletic or that come primarily from NFL-style systems and been coached up from NFL offensive coordinators so that it translates to the NFL and they have success.
Hey, Donte, before we let you go, getting back to the Niners, we're talking about Aiyuk, who's holding in. Trent Williams is holding out. Now, he's got 3 years left on a deal that he signed, 6 years, $140 million, but I don't think he's got any more guaranteed money after this year. So he wants a new deal, and he's obviously a vital part to that team, as Aiyuk is. What's going on with Trent? Do you expect that deal to get done before the season starts?
Yes, I expect that deal to also get done before the season starts, and it's different between Brandon Aiyuk and Trent Williams. Brandon Aiyuk has to get out and sprint, quick twitch. There's more opportunity for injury there, so you like to get him in practice a lot sooner than Trent. With Trent and what he's done and already solidified himself as a Hall of Famer, it might only take him a few days to get acclimated back into practice. So, after 12, 13, 14 years in the NFL, he keeps himself in top shape. I don't think that Trent Williams will have any issues, but he does deserve top dollar. He's still the number one left tackle in the NFL, and you see that these contracts keep going up. I see was it Tristan Wirfs? He just set the market again for left tackles.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he can, I don't even know if he's even close to what Trent Williams is.
Yep.
So Trent deserves his money. He's getting older, and he understands right now that, hey, he has the leverage. There's not a developed left tackle behind him that you can go into the season with Super Bowl aspirations and really count on him not to destroy the season. So I think that Trent Williams will get it worked out. Him and his agent, they're playing it beautifully. Any player who has this type of dominance in his career, and he's starting to come towards like the end of his career, they should all take a page out of Trent Williams' book to really go in those end years and be able to negotiate and get some of that guaranteed money before you're done with the game. So I think they'll get both of those guys, signed up and set up and get ready to go back on another Super Bowl run because they have a lot of talent, a lot of young guys, a lot of returning guys, a lot of returning coaches. Now it's all to get it back together and put that continuity to it.
Donte, always a pleasure talking to you.
We love talking.
Thanks for jumping on.
We'll
Thanks,
talk. We'll talk
right.
during the season too, man.
Absolutely. Long season, guys. Call me.
All right, thank you.
I'm ready.
All right,
That's
we'll do it
Donte
again.
Whtiner, NBC Sports Bay Area analyst, former 49ers and Redskins safety.